Good evening, everyone. Charlotte and I are happy to be with you guys again for our weekly team call to just encourage you, share some of our heart. And what's on our heart this today is because of the time of the month that we're at. So this is the first day of the month, and or the first of the month, the first part of the month, where we've just seen a lot of rank ups happening. We've seen people promoting, and we're celebrating with them. And hopefully, it's always genuine. But sometimes I understand where it can kind of make you look at yourself and go, "Oh, but I wanted to be at that rank. This was supposed to be my month, and you've been working hard and hoping for that." And that's all good. I mean, it's just part of this business, and it's good that you are working and that you want more. That's exactly what keeps us all going and what drives us. But we want to encourage you to not let that be a discouragement to you, but rather turn it into gratefulness that you are part of something that continues to grow. Every month we keep seeing rank ups with Plexus. And this company is still in kind of the pioneer days, and we get to just keep enjoying all this momentum, and it's an exciting time. And just be thankful that you heard about Plexus and that you know about it, you are working it, you are sharing it with others. There are so many things to just stop and count our blessings when we're tempted to look around and wish for more. Because it is something that if you're driven, it does affect you. And so we understand that, we acknowledge that, but we want to encourage you to keep the right perspective. So based on that, Charlotte, what do you want to share with our team?
Well, and we definitely have experienced that when it comes around to rank ups and it's a rank you thought you'd be there by now. And it's not that you're not happy for those people, but we can tend to start being down on ourselves or getting really discouraged with the business. And I know for myself, when I feel that way, it's because I'm looking around at other people and I'm comparing. I'm looking up or sideways, or maybe I'm trying to blame someone. My upline, or this person did that, or my team, they're not doing this. I mean, or else we might be blaming our family or our life circumstances. That's blaming. Or I'm not being grateful for where I am and what my business has been so far and what God has given me. Or even just being grateful that I'm in Plexus, that I found Plexus, an amazing company and business and products. And so when I quit focusing on being grateful and start looking around, then that's, when I start feeling that way too. And, when speed becomes the measure of our success in this business, then we build shame into our business. And when we build shame into our business, people disengage. Nobody wants to feel that shame. People need to stay in this business long enough to build traction, to really build something. And building leaders is so important in this business. That's how you get to diamond, is by building other leaders, not by you recruiting a ton of people. It's by building leaders and peers. And it takes time for leaders to emerge and for people to work together and to get to that. And so it's not about the speed. And I know Brenda has some thoughts on that.
Well, just thinking when you emphasize bringing up leaders, it's what's going to bring you success. That is exactly where our focus should be anyway. So we aren't looking at our own numbers so much and our own success so much because we're so busy focused on helping others. And it's okay to look at your numbers. It's important to know where you're at and to have your goals and meet them. That doesn't take your focus off of helping the people that you have brought into this business, helping them meet their goals, because it's just cool how you can be so busy with that one day you turn around and go, whoa, what happened? I'm already hitting my next rank and I hadn't even noticed because I'm so focused on other people. And it fills you with more joy when you see that you're getting there because of that. And that's really how this business works. And so that's just a great reminder. Again, maybe just to practice doing that more. If you're feeling discouraged, focus more on helping the people on your team.
Right. And the thing is, when we're looking around and we're bemoaning our circumstances, we stop working. And when we stop working, we think about working and it makes us tired. The fatigue of the mental resistance to what we know we should be doing, but we're not doing it. That's exhausting, that mental resistance. And then when we get exhausted, doubt creeps in. And then we get into doubt, and then blame is easy to come in. And then along with that comes the thought of quitting, or the thoughts of how rotten we are, or, just all those negative downhill thoughts and discontentment. So that's, the opposite of being grateful. And so we've got to be so careful that we keep working, and we are so careful about disciplining our thoughts.
Wow, that is huge. And I wonder if sometimes people even know how huge that is. It kind of makes me think of being a mom and trying to help my children control their emotions and their thoughts and their attitudes. And then I turn and look at myself, after I reprimand them or help them, and I'm like, maybe they're picking this up from me. Maybe I'm allowing myself to be in a funk or a mood, just because I didn't make it. And it affects them, and then I expect them to come along and be all cheery when I'm not. But just in the same way that I sit down with my children and I explain, look, if you don't learn to handle your emotions right now and choose gratefulness, choose the right attitude, because that's really all it is. Happiness is always a choice. If you don't learn that now, you're going to turn out to be a grumpy old person. And I would use an example of someone in the Bible or someone that we know that we look at and go, oh, they're so unhappy. And it's obvious because they chose the wrong way to take disappointments in life. And so that's kind of maybe what I'm doing to you guys in a gentle way, is just like, giving you a nice little reprimand here to get out of your funk, get out of your mood. And by the way, I personally cannot deal with moody people very well. When my children get that in that way, I don't allow it for long at all before I'm like, okay, we have to get out of this, because I know how that can affect them, their thoughts, and everyone around them. So don't let yourself. Remember me telling you this before. It's okay to be a little bit discouraged about something that didn't go right in the business for 3 minutes, 5 minutes most. Then get out of it, move on, do some action. Write your grateful list if you can't think of anything else, but start getting busy. And like Charlotte was just saying, getting your work done, moving on, making it happen. Right, Charlotte? There's ways that we can decide right now we're not going to be this way.
Right. And part of it comes down to trusting God with his plan for your business and for your life. And it's more of a giving over of your business to him, and not being discontent and kicking at, the limits or whatever. But God knows the timing of your promotion. He's preparing you, and he's moving people into place. For all you know, 2 weeks from now, there's a lot of things that are going to change. I mean, you'd have to just trust that he knows what's best for you, and he's working on your character so that when that promotion does come, you're in the place that you're ready for that responsibility. So
love it.
We have to be content, but also not content, because it still depends on us doing the work. We can't sit around saying, okay, God, promote me, because that's not how it works. God requires us to do our part. But there's also that, not trusting him and being aggravated because he's not moving you fast enough. You got some stuff to work on. So
that's good. And unless you guys think that it's just been easy for us, our rank ups have just happened, so we don't really know what this is all about. We're just speaking off of our heads, but not our hearts. I want you to know, we know very well what we're talking about here.
To be successful in this business is you can't get stuck just moaning about one, area. You have to get up and keep moving. It took me 11 months to go from Emerald. Well, it was 11 months to Emerald, but it was 11 months from Emerald to Sapphire. And God had a lot of work to do on me. I had a lot of personal growth to do on my own beliefs about things, beliefs in myself, beliefs about money, about being a leader, and just all that stuff. And so I wasn't ready at the time. And so I understand that, but it doesn't always make it easy to go through. We get that, but you got to pull up your socks and keep going. And because you only fail if you quit, and I know people, I've been in the business 2 years, and I have people who have been with me from the beginning, and the ones who are succeeding just kept going. They just kept doing the things, and they didn't have all fast, wonderful journeys, and everybody's on a journey. And so we're all in this together, and everybody's story is different, and your story is going to encourage someone. The people that you have contact with, they're going to look at your story, and they'll be able to hear maybe it took longer or was harder or whatever, but then it's still worth it. What it's not? What if it takes you 5 years to get to diamond? You think that's not worth it? Work 5 years at Walmart. You think you're going to be any better off than if 5 years to diamond? It takes 4 years to get a college degree. And people do that every day, and they pay out tens of thousands of dollars to get a college degree, and they're willing to do all that homework and do all that work for 4 years. And then they're not even guaranteed of a job when they get out. But then we're upset because we didn't get to diamond in 11 months or something in Plexus. And that's really a very unrealistic view of it. And sure, there are people who have done it really fast. And so we see that, and that was their story. But for the majority of us, let's look at it a little more realistically and not get discouraged, but keep going. So I could go on and on. I don't want to go on too
That was a great was a great reminder, because we do see so much fast stuff happening in Plexus, and I think that's a good thing. It should encourage us that it's proof that this company does have an amazing compensation plan. It's not the norm in other companies. So your journey that you are on, you are still going to get there, like Charlotte said, if you keep up, because we are still seeing people in this business for 2 and 3 and 4 years ranking up to senior ruby and emerald now. It keeps happening, and it will happen for you. So 3 or 4 years is nothing for an income like that. So great point. I love it. And I'm so excited for all that's going to happen for us in June.
And one thing to remember, what we should worry about is if we weren't seeing any rank ups. If we looked around and it was only the same leaders that first got in early and all the rest of us had no chance, that is not the case with Plexus. You should be so encouraged every time you see people rank up to, emerald and sapphire and diamond, because that means this company's amazing and building and working and it works. So.
Right. And it's being done right, because new people coming in now, it just amazes me, a lot of new emeralds that came in a year after me or whatever. It's crazy how fast they did it, but it's encouraging that it can still be done, and it will be able to still be done for many years to come in Plexus. So you can keep encouraging your new people that come on to do way better above and beyond what you did, and think how fantastic that will be for your entire organization.
Absolutely.
All right. So that kind of got excited, Charlotte.
And to help you, we have all our summer spectacular going on, and that if you will really throw yourself into that and commit and do those activities that are in each day's video, that's going to help you move on. So do it.
Yes, very, very exciting things for June, and can't wait to see you guys at convention. I think we're going to skip next week we'll still have a weekly call, but we'll skip the week of convention, and we'll see you guys next week.
Okay. Good night.